Okay, so we are well into November 9th to be exactly. I can see myself on the phone here. Maybe I should put it there. And till now we have had a quite warm November. And until now we have quite a warm November. Just a couple or 3 days with frost on the asphalt, but enough to get some freaking scary episodes with riding the bike to work. I'm riding the bike to work every day. I do it all year, and it takes me about 20 minutes or so, 18 to 20 minutes, and it's about 7 kilometers of distance one way. I have used this bike I bought it in 2017, which now is about 15 years ago. There were a few years where I used the bike and took really good care of it until the year of 2018, when our car broke down, and I had to find a solution to that, so I started riding the bike to work, and that was also November, so it's pretty much exactly 4 years ago now. And I started to ride the bike to work at the most it was not a good time to ride the bike for the first time. It was dark, it was cold, and very much ice on the ground that year. But it's strange what you get used to. So I like riding the bike anyway, and it's a good exercise. So for me, no offer. But today I am having summer tires here on my bike still. Front tire is quite worn down, and the back tire I bought new this summer, so it's quite good. But when there is ice on the ground, you have no chance if you are slipping, and I don't want to risk hurting my knee, elbow, head or something just to don't manage to exercise, ride the bike or do anything else. So today we are changing from summer tires to studded tires. As you can see here, my bike is quite dirty. I don't have the optimal resources for washing the bike every day or every week, and when you're riding the bike in the winter here in Norway, it's quite salty on the roads. They use quite a lot of salt to melt the ice, and it tears down the bike totally. So when I started riding the bike in November 4 years ago, it took about a month, and the rust appeared immediately. So this good old terrain bike became my work bike, and I have changed almost every part on the bike except the frame itself and the fork. And I have a damped fork, but I just put it in lock because it's so rusty it's not possible to use it anymore, and I don't use this bike in the terrain either, so it's it's a commuting bike now, and I hope it will be still for a lot of years. It's 26-inch tires, wheels, which is almost difficult to get hold of now. The new standard, I guess, is 28 or 29-inch. So, of course, if I had bigger wheels, I should save some power and get to work quicker, but it's about the exercise in the end anyway. So then we can start by taking the tires or the wheels off the bike. So we can put the bike away and get a little more workspace here. And this back part is really dirty from oil and mud and stuff. So I have to wash my hands before I proceed. I'm moving the frame. So there is a bit of a difference on the front and the back tire, of course, or back wheel, but changing the rubber itself should be almost the same, because except that I have a car valve on this back wheel and a Preston valve on the front wheel. So I think I will start with the front wheel. And first we're letting the air out. By the way, this is the same kind of valve I use on my road bike. So we're starting to let the air out. Oh, not that high of a pressure. But it should be a much safer day tomorrow when riding to work, which I'm really looking forward to. So there we go. And take off the valve ring. These kind of valves has a really weak point, so you have to be really careful when you push in this valve security. It easily breaks. I have done it a couple of times. So then we need a couple of dekkspaker in Norwegian, handles to remove the tire from the wheel. And the rubber has now almost melted to the frame because it's over half a year ago since I changed the tire the last time. So use your fingers to remove it safely, and use this spake to just hack off the rubber like this. Maybe you can take out the inner tube before you remove the tire itself. And now this tube is quite wet because it has been raining a lot and the rubber isn't pottetett. So check the tube for dirt and stones and stuff which can make the tube make hole in the tube. You know, I don't have that good of a vocabulary in English, so excuse me, but I think you understand what I mean. Then take off the tire like that. Check the rim for dirt and stones. Seems fine. My tires have exploded sometimes And that's not very fun when you're far away from home and have to walk in your biking shoes 5 kilometers. That takes a long time. So here we have the tires, and you have to check which way the pattern is angled. That's important to get the water running away from you when you're biking. And this means that the pattern should be this way on this rim. Put the valve into the hole. Can you see it on that camera, camera B? In the hole there. Drag the tire over, put it on the floor, and be very careful when you push in the tube. And I know these winter tires are a lot tighter than the summer tires, so I probably have to work a little to get it in place. And make sure the tube don't curl up in any way. And then we have the valve here. I put it on the diagonal and start pushing the tire from both ends until we get to the opposite end. And now the work starts. And then you need this space to vippe dekket over the edge. And all the way while you are doing this, be careful not to hit the tire with this sharp edge, because then you're in big trouble. And also you have to be careful and use your fingers force to get the rubber over the edge here, or else maybe this tool will break, and then you are having sharp plastic inside your wheel, which is a guarantee for puncturing the tube at some point when you're out biking. So this is quite tight. Sorry, you don't see this on camera, but I have to work incrementally to get the tire over the edge here. And now I'm starting to get really warm. It's so tight. It's really, really tight. I have to throw my sweater. So we are proceeding, maybe a little less each time. This is so tight. I'll try to use only my fingers, but I think that doesn't work. I remember this happens every season, but I have also used these tires before, so I know it will work. Just don't give up. Like anything else in the world you want to do, don't give up. It's about going to the breaking point here. Yes, there it broke. It actually broke. You know what? I also have some in metal in this bag. Yes, that's much better. Much, much better. Oh, slipped. Yes, there we are. And now the tire is on the front wheel. And then we can pump it up to about 4.5 bars. And be very careful when mounting the pump. As I said, this valve can easily break. We are going all the way up to 4.5 bars for this terrain bike. Okay, there we are on 4, and we're going up to 4.5 when we have put the wheels on the bike. Like this, and the lid. Then this tire is good to go. Then we take the back tire with the car valve. And then we have to push this little knob here to get out the air. Love the sound of compressed air. Yep, I think it's enough. Loosen the tire from the rim, like we did on the front wheel. Like this. And now we happen to have these great metal bars to take the tire off the rim. Like this. Take the valve out. There it's separated. Check the rubber again. It's great. Remove the summer tire and save it for next summer. Get the winter tire for the back wheel. It's almost the same as the front wheel. And again, check which way these patterns are going. And it seems on the other tire that it's this way. Same procedure, nothing different about this. I expect it to be almost as tight as the other wheel. Find the hole for the valve here. Take the tube. It's a little more air in this tube than the last, but I will try anyway. Hit the hole. There. And carefully. Very exciting every year because you never know. Even though you're checking for stones and dirt and stuff, you never know what gets inside here. So ideally, I should have washed the bike before I did this. But I think it will work anyway. This time I will try taking the tire on from a different side and maybe let a little more of the air out. That should be enough, I guess. Then I'm starting from this side anyway. And it doesn't really matter where you start because it gets tight in the end anyway. So here we go. Slips on the floor, so I have to support with my foot. That was very much easier. So then we're good to go and pump up the tire to about 4 bars again. We wait with the 4.5 bars till we get it on the bike. Put the lock on the wrong way. There we go. Four bars. And then we're good to go. And we have studded tires ready for winter, ice and snow. And after we have done this, we need to check if the brakes still are okay. Hydraulic brakes, not too tight, not too loose. That's okay. The front wheel, a little easier because you don't have the chain to take care of. Not too tight and not too loose here either. And here we go, a ready winter bike. So maybe I can put in some B-roll in this video or the next one of me riding this bike back and forth from work. Have a good ride.